Hi, Natalie Critchley from nataliecritchley.com from Northern Virginia. Today we're going to talk about storytelling, but before we do, if you would consider hitting that red subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. If you want instant email notification, hit that little red bell and we'll get those out right away. So we're going to talk about storytelling. And this is kind of the beginner's version of Storytelling 101. And it's really meant to help new marketers kind of figure out what it is they're trying to say, sell, promote, and how to get there. And storytelling is, the new kind of buzzword. Everybody's talking about storytelling because it's so important. You need to, cast a vision, but cast it through storytelling. So let's talk about storytelling. Let's go back to your first stories you heard as a kid, whether they were in your family room, whether they were at a campfire, whether as an adult you're in a stadium and you're hearing a story, or you're out at the bar and you're having a beer and you're hearing a story. You're just hearing stories. And most stories, as we know from middle school and high school, maybe elementary school, have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That beginning is the setup, the middle is the problem, the solution, and the end is obviously the outcome. So in terms of marketing, you really want to set it up so that people know who you are, where you're coming from, and where you're going. Let's think about one little opportunity to go back to a commercial. And let's talk about the Super Bowl. You guys know, if you watch my channel, I love sports. I love the NFL. And I love the Super Bowl. I love the Budweiser commercials. They just make me want to melt. I love those commercials. They tell amazing stories, right? I mean, just little puppies, Dalmatians, you've got Clydesdales, you've got St. Louis, you've got the horse-drawn carriage, you've got the football, the goalpost, you've got the teamwork, the camaraderie. You've got it all in those commercials. And they just leave you feeling so good. They've told a great story in a matter of a minute and spent millions and millions of dollars. But that's storytelling, right? I'm talking about every Super Bowl, for the last few years I've been watching the Super Bowl, forever I've been watching Super Bowls, but those commercials just recently in the last few years, Budweiser has done an amazing job. So, thinking about that, just thinking about putting some emotion into it, think about, what resonates with your customers, what resonates with your clients, who has that problem that you're trying to provide the solution to. So also, when you take your beginning, middle, and end, let's take it one step further and take it from a marketing perspective as, okay, here's where I was, step one. Here's what happened, step two, the problem, the solution, and here's where I am now, the outcome. And I'll just take mine, I'll give you my story, if I'm putting this into a story. In 2015, I was laid off. I was 55 years old. I'd been in corporate America in a sales role in educational sales for 25 plus years. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I wanted to go back to a corporate job and be stuck with crazy, sales requirements, crazy numbers to have to reach, pay that's probably at the baseline because I'm 55 years old, being paid like a 30-year-old with 25 years experience. Do I want to go back into that? Not to mention 2 weeks vacation, which just puts me over the edge, but that's a whole nother topic for discussion. So, that's what happened to me. That's where I was. Then I decided I was going to stay. I was going to, stick to my guns. I was not going to go back into corporate America. I was going to put the entrepreneur hat on, and I was going to go find my way online. I was going to find a program, a system that I could follow that would help me get online, that would teach me what I wanted to know. I was willing to learn new skills. I was willing to put in the time. I just needed somebody to help guide me. After going through the core training, after being with this company for 18 months, after being in the system and learning all the ins and outs and being a little frustrated, having some great emotions from making my first dollar online, I figured it out. I have crossed the finish line. I'm on the other side. For the first time in my life, I'm making money online on a regular basis. Beginning, middle, end. And that's the story. So it comes back to, as I talked about in a number of videos, if you've watched any of my videos, it's know, like, and trust. People have to resonate with your message. You have to draw them in. You have to attract them. You've got something they want. You know, if you're looking for an online solution, if you want to be an affiliate marketer, I have one, but it might not be right for you. You might need, you know, John Doe's. If you're looking for a health and wellness, a weight loss shake, you might find that online. You may resonate with the person who's closest to you in age, gender, experience, whatever the case may be, but that's how you have to tell the story to find the people who are going to become your tribe. And those people are going to resonate with you. But you have to start learning to tell the story. You have to put yourself out there, whether it's, you know, on video like this, or you're writing a story, whether it's a blog post, or you're writing an article, or you're writing an ebook. It needs to be beginning, middle, end, succinct. You know, in marketing, beginning, middle, end, call to action. You want to tell people what to do next. People typically don't know what to do next until you tell them to. And that's one of the hardest things to learn in sales. And that's one of the hardest things to learn while you're out there building a brand and trying to figure out what your story is. And trust me, it's taken me a long time to figure it out. It's simple, but it's not easy, right? It's a simple formula, but you got to work through it. You got to practice, right? You have to practice. Whether it's you, if you're a new entrepreneur and you are trying to find your place in online sales or network marketing or direct sales, you may need to go to some meetups. You may need to go to some BNI meetings. You may need to go to some offline groups so that you can practice what it is you do. You know, hi, my name is, this is what I do, this is what I need from you. You know, practice that so you're fluid with it, you're comfortable with it, because nobody's going to be comfortable enough to buy from you until you're comfortable enough delivering the message. And I've learned that. I'll be transparent. It's taken me a long time to figure out how to deliver my message to an offline group. It is, you know, and I've been in sales forever, so it's pushing that message out there. And when it's yours, right? When you're online and you're an entrepreneur or solopreneur, this is all about you, right? And that's the other piece, you know, the confidence to go along with that storytelling. So, you know, I just wanted to set this up to give you the framework, beginning, middle, end. Here's where I was, here's what happened, here's where I am now. And think about that with everything you do in your marketing. Think about that with everything you do in your videos, with your presentation, with your network marketing, offline marketing, online marketing. Wherever you're marketing, think about those 3 steps. And I promise you, it'll get easier, but you got to practice, right? You've learned a new skill. Now you have to practice. You have to take that and practice. So with that, thanks for being here. If you found some value in this video, please hit the like button, make a comment. If you've got questions, please reach out to me. My contact information is below, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.